So now I'm gonna start working on mandibular premolars. However, I want to make a few quick notes on. I made some few corrections on this image. I drew this line a bit more straight. I noticed in the video that this is kind of square shaped. It really shouldn't. It should be an overall smooth line on this side. Yeah. So in general, this is approximately how the premolar should look. Of course, you can draw it a bit better. This is rather a quick version. But now let's move on to the mandibular premolars. So again, we make an overall outline for our teeth that we're supposed to draw. You notice that the outline for the second premolar is a bit more square shaped, and for the first it's sort of a diamond shape, but in general it's still a rectangle. So the diamond shape means it's sort of looks like this in general. Also, you should add your mid-axis as well, approximately the middle. Always helps. These lines always help. So the diamond shape, it means it in general, this tooth, it has a very distinct buccal ridge that goes on to fairly round distal side. I'm going here, and this is going to be interesting for it. I'm just going to add a sort of a line here. For now, you'll understand why soon enough. So this corner, this is my mesial side, by the way. This corner, it has sort of a pushed in outline, and it means if you draw a line as for the diamond shape, the pushed in outline means it should go a bit like inwards, meaning it should go like a bit like this. Maybe a bit more here than on the upper part, but in general it has this like a dimple tiny here. And for the anatomy part, so the mandibular first premolar is the only premolar that has a mesial-lingual, this is our lingual side, mesial-lingual groove, meaning mesial and both lingual, it's sort of goes diagonally like here on the side. Also, the first premolar rarely has a central groove, so it's I just dotted it in, but in general the transverse ridge is so distinct that it rarely has this groove, but it still has the fossa though. So now we can add our other grooves. We can add on the other side as well. So and if you read the lecture, you know that this is a non-functioning cusp. It's not in the occlusion. It's not involved in any of the jaw motions when the teeth are in occlusion and articulating. So, in general, this would be our shape for mandibular first premolar. And in general, you can again see the pattern that the distal side is again more rounded than the mesial side. Even when regarding this outline here, it should be more rounded. Here, it should have a more of a straight line going around. So this is our first, approximately our first mandibular premolar, and we have the fossa that you also need to note. Oh, we can add a line for our triangular ridge, and you should always note this groove here. It's kind of like a very distinct feature for this class of teeth. I mean exactly for the mandibular first premolars. So this is the first one. Now we can focus on the second premolar. So this is a lot more square shaped in general. And I'm going to draw the 3-cusp version. So, approximately like this. So what we should still add is our approximate mid-axis, our central point in the center. So again, you can see that the distal side is more rounded than the mesial side. It still has a sort of a bit sharper corner. That's one thing. Second, for the 3-cusp version, we have, and this is our lingual side again, we have a groove, a lingual groove, that divides our 2 lingual cusps. And usually the mesial cusp is larger than the distal one. So it's not in dead center here. If you draw it here in the center, it would be a mistake. It should be off to the side. And that would look like approximately like this. Long here. I'm just going to make a few corrections now. Distinct lines. So, and we have our lingual